Hello and welcome to Capacity TV. I'm Saf Malik, Deputy Editor at Capacity. As networks grow more complex, operators must move beyond automation to truly autonomous operations. During this chat, we'll explore how AI, cloud, and modern OSS and BSS can deliver secure, compliant, intelligent networks at scale and what it takes culturally and operationally to get there. And with that said, we have a great set of panelists to join us. Igor, Pais, Head of Products and Strategy Unified Operations at Oracle Communications, Jean-Louis Roux, Executive Vice President International Networks at Orange and CTIO of Orange Wholesale, and Colin Bannon, CTO at BT Business. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you.
Igor, starting with you. When Oracle talks about autonomous operations, how is that fundamentally different from traditional network automation?
Yep. Very good. So there is a big difference, right? When we talk about network automation, we are typically talking about the network layer. We are talking about many times domain control level automations. When we talk about autonomous operations, we are talking about the upper layer. So it's typically cross-domain. So a lot of topics need cross-domain correlation, need cross-domain automation. The other topic is automating the end-to-end process, right? So when we talk about order to activate fully end-to-end across the multiple domains, when we talk about trouble to resolve, since detecting anomalies, root cause analysis, finding the solutions, many times again need to be cross-domain. So autonomous operations, it's about automating the whole end-to-end process, while network automation is there and it's leveraged by the autonomous operations layer, but mainly at the network level.
And Jean-Louis, coming to you next. What operational pain points are Tier 1 CSPs prioritizing right now, especially as sovereign AI is uniquely positioned in the market?
Yeah, so basically, our network control plane is transporting sensitive data because we have customers such as the army, such as the police, etc. So most of our use case has to rely on sovereign AI. So we are currently deploying several use cases to improve our operations, such as to automate the capacity planning thanks to AI. You are also automating the incident management, the alarm correlation, and also the troubleshooting. We are also deploying some advanced security as well as anti-fraud mechanisms. So this is progressing very fast.
And Igor, how critical is deep integration between BSS, OSS, network domains in achieving closed-loop operations?
Yep, it's critical. So when we talk about, there are all these layers that need to be linked together, right? So we have the infra layer, even that you didn't mention. We have the network layer, autonomous operations layer, and the business layer, right? So all these layers need to be together for two reasons, mainly, right? One is networks are there to drive a purpose, right? So it's the business intent driven networks. We start from the business layer, we go down in all these different layers, and autonomous operations is there to make the translation between the business needs and what needs to be done in the networks. So this will do business intent networks, right? The other way is the bottom-up approach. So there are problems that are detected and we need to do a service impact analysis, a business impact analysis. So we need to connect to the BSS layer to understand all of this. Oracle has a unique position on this because Oracle has all the layers from the infra to network to autonomous operations. I would call it even autonomous business and the industries, right? So all the layers are in place and it's very important if we really want to achieve business intent driven networks that we link all these layers together.
And Colin, coming to you next. How does autonomy extend beyond internal operations to customer facing services, particularly in international and multi-cloud environments?
We're in a business, we are across over 100 countries of services, where we have the most complex clients out there running some of the most important workloads and across multiple clouds. So the thing for our customers is the biggest enemy is complexity, and autonomous operations is a powerful tool to as well with programmable networks and intent-based orchestration. You put those all together, they are a very powerful tool to attack the complexity that we have. I mean, because resilience, sovereignty that you were talking about is super important. And one thing we've learned is there's no plan B in most operational processes without the network, right? So you must keep the network going. So having good autonomous processes, operational processes are really important. However, I would say that it shouldn't just be about internal processes. It shouldn't be just applied to as a cost-saving tool to reduce your, it's a powerful tool to reduce your unit economics. We've had some really great examples already internally, which I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk about, but I think it also is around how you start to apply it to modern, how you expose it to customers, and start to have advice agents, start to apply intelligence on how people buy, how they consume, how they operate.
And I want to stay with you for this next one, Colin, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Where do you see the fastest ROI for autonomous operations?
Well, really good question. I think a lot of people are asking about that. Look, obviously from a customer service and a availability, capacity planning, that side, I'd say we're seeing just incident management, right? So incident management, really important, because we deal with such complex environments. It's rarely ever one platform. It's a combination. You sit on an incident bridge on a Monday morning, and there may be 10 different resolver teams. Having automation, bringing in autonomy, bringing in intelligence on these areas to do fault domain isolation and also recommend solutions. What we see is the autonomous enhancements for high volume repeatable faults. That, it's a really great area to attack because you go after the sort of the low-hanging fruit and the biggest return on investment. And when you start to invest in autonomous automation around these things, and so I think in that area we've already seen about 30% improvement. And we're still learning very much. It's very early still in our journey on that side. I think that's one. Another one that is a very clear one is around how you do energy planning. Telcos are huge users of energy, and I think a good example of that. We had an autonomous agent to look at sleeping cells to turn the cell sites asleep, and we are saving thousands and thousands of kilowatt hours every year. There are lots of other areas that we're using this for, including customer care and how people are starting to learn and how to buy, but those are just a few. And I'm sure when we have this conversation next year, I'll have a lot more.
Yeah. If I can add here just a bit, this is exactly, so the first area you touched, it's exactly one area where we are investing a lot and we are seeing a lot of return. Why? Because the systems are already built with all the data that is needed, right? So from fault management, from trouble ticketing data, logs, analytics, flow, we have all the granularity. So it's exactly one of the use cases we are working. We store all the solutions from event journals, from trouble ticketing, right? Mm-hmm. We store the anomalies. We have a learning database, with all the needed mechanisms that can simplify a lot the life of someone in incident management. I detect this problem. Look, last time similar problem happened. 100%. This was the resolution. Right?
I mean, that's the holy grail that we've been chasing for years, as all telcos is. How do you get the behavior, the best answer from your best fourth line, fifth line support engineer, but that behavior in every fault with all your team, maybe down at level 0, 1, 2, and take the voodoo out of their brains and allow the systems to support your teams to scale this. And all of us are really interested in ultimately delivering better service and experience for our customers.
And finally, we have the technology that allows us to do that, right?
Yeah. And Igor, what organizational changes are required to truly adopt autonomous operations?
That one is very important because we have the technology, we have the mechanisms, but we need also the people to change the mindset, right? So it's very important to trust, to change the mindset. Another one is a lot of these processes, again, they are cross-team, right? So they are a lot cross-team. So teams need to understand, they need to cooperate, they need to break the silos, they need to stop the silos. And one more is, this requires really a change to agility, right? To agile, because the technology today, it's evolving very fast. The teams also need to be agile, onboarding that technology to actually get the proper return on investment, right?
Jean-Louis, I want to come to you, and then Colin for this next one. Over the next 3 to 5 years, what will differentiate CSPs that successfully embrace autonomy compared to those that don't?
Yeah, it's a very difficult question. So maybe I will mention a few points. First, the first point, if we want to succeed in this autonomy journey, we need to have a very strong sponsorship, in particular in our operation teams. It's not an IT, activity, and the operation will help. It has to be onboarded at the heart of automation of operation teams, actually. So this is, to me, the main criteria. Then you need to be crystal clear on your data lake. The route to succeed in autonomy, this is to have the right set of data, whatever the layer. You need to have a very powerful data lake. To me, this is fundamental. The third pillar regarding network automation, if you want to really automate, you need first to softwareize on. You can automate on legacy, but it will be quite limited. You need first to transform and to softwareize on network, moving to telco cloud, etc. This is, I think, a very important pillar. You need as well, if you want really to succeed, you need to have, we mentioned it, a modular approach. But in a network, you have 7 layers from submarine cables up to the IT. I think there is no one-size-fits-all solution. You need to have modular solution, maybe with agentic per layer, with communication correlation between agents, but you need to fine-tune at some point per layer your automation. And I would say, last but not least, and coming back to your first question regarding sovereign AI, we know that most of our use cases, they have to run on a private AI factory. So we need first to get this private AI solution, to have some GPUs, some LLM routing, etc., in order to run our inference on our premises. And this is key if we want to scale in network automation.
And then Colin, just coming to you on the next 3 to 5 years, what do you expect?
The ones who are going to differentiate themselves, the leaders from the laggards, are not the ones who talk about AI the most. It's the people who sort of rebuild their foundations and execute. This is about execution on rebuilding and re-engineering their foundations for truly AI network, ready network. Because I think if you think about the employees that we have now, if a company has 50,000 employees, they may have another employee group of agents coming soon. It's still emerging, the implications of AI traffic patterns on the network. I suspect we will have customers writing agents to interact with our customer service fairly soon, especially in wholesale. Yeah. I bet you've seen that already. Yeah. And I think you're going to need to have a couple of big bets. And of course, BT has made some big bets in a programmable underlay and overlay with a sort of multi-service edge, and the laggards will the ones who will maybe still trying to sweat their existing assets and not invest. Yeah. I think the last point I'll make on this for time, though I could talk on this quite a bit, I think is those who make it safe, secure, resilient, and do consider the concept of data sovereignty. And I think part of that will be in the fundamental of doing sovereign by design in the service provider stack up front. And the other challenge will be is how the SPs will attack their unstructured data as well, because you want to ensure if you start to bring in AI in, this is such a mission critical type of work. You don't want these agents to hallucinate. And of course, I'm surprised that I'm saying this in 2026, but garbage in, garbage out, it's still true. And you need to put that hard yards work in getting your data under control to ensure you get the best out of your agents in the long term from that side as well. So safe, secure, programmable, and sovereign, having a network that is sovereign aware, which we've certainly made an investment in Global Fabric, is super important. And I think if an SP, a service provider, can tick some of those, and one more thing is you probably need to think about a full stack. You shouldn't look at your portfolio as, oh, you got a LAN team over here, you got Wi-Fi, you've got a security team over here, you got wide area network here, you got a set. We need to start thinking of this as a single platform, and I think so. Full stack visibility and control and autonomous operations across all of them is going to be really important.
Colin, Jean-Louis and Igor, thank you so much for the time. Fascinating to hear about autonomous operations, and thank you for joining us.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
And thank you for watching Capacity TV.